Hey everybody, welcome to part 51 of our Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix on PC, 100% full game playthrough. Damn, 51, episode 51, sheesh. I promise you guys, we are almost done with this game. Last episode we went through Terra's completed report. I mean, I guess which we really don't have to go through these reports. For me, it's just an OCD thing. I want to go through the reports, so... yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to say. Last episode we did Terra's report, went through and just kind of glossed over what 100% completion actually looks like for Terra's game. In this episode, we are going to do the same thing with Ventus. Like I said in Terra's episode, I did attach a spreadsheet that has everything from the command collection portion listed and where to get it. So this time around, I will just list off the commands from the collection tab, and the spreadsheet you can look at to easily figure out where you're missing something and how to get it. It's not fancy. There's no like fancy formatting or background color. It's just very simple. It's got your command, when you can buy it, or your first meld ingredient, your second meld ingredient, and whether or not you can buy it from the shop again after you've made it once. Anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and do this. Here we are, Keyblade Graveyard, blah blah blah. Let's just go right to the report. So for Ventus' story, Land of Departure. Ventus, a Keyblade wielder, had been training diligently under Master Ericus along with his best friends Terra and Aqua. One night, Ventus, or Ven as they called him, was up on the summit watching a meteor shower when Aqua arrived and gave him a good luck charm called the Wayfinder. At the Mark of Mastery exam the next day, Aqua passed the test and was recognized as a true Keyblade master. But Terra, Master Ericus decided, was not ready for the same honor. Ven was already fraught with concern for his friend when suddenly a boy in a mask appeared out of nowhere and claimed that Terra was leaving. By the time Ven caught up with him, he would be a different person, and without any further explanation, the masked visitor vanished. Sure enough, Ven could not stop Terra from leaving. Scared he had just lost one of his best friends, Ven donned his armor the same way Terra had done, and flew off to go find him. Nope. Oh yeah, maybe this one is in the right order. Alright, so Dwarf Woodlands. Ven could not contain his excitement as he took his first glimpse of another world. Here, in the mountains, he met 7 dwarfs mining for jewels. He asked them if they'd seen Terra, but the dwarfs mistook this strange visitor for a thief and sent him on his way. As he was walking through the woods, Ven heard a scream. It was Snow White, who had been frightened by the shadows of the woods. She was looking for a place to rest, so Ven took her back to a cottage he'd seen along the way. The cottage belonged to the dwarfs, who treated Snow White much more cordially than they had Ven. Strange monsters had attacked her, she explained, after she met a man with a sword like a key. Convinced this could only be Terra, Ven rushed off to find him, but Terra had moved on to other worlds. Castle of Dreams. Soon after arriving in the chateau where Cinderella and Jacques lived, Ven noticed something strange. For some inexplicable reason, he had shrunk. It wasn't long before he learned of Cinderella's plight. No matter how hard she worked, it was never good enough for her step-bitch, Lady Tremaine. Tonight, she wanted to go to the ball more than anything, but the way Jacques saw it, step-money, would make sure Cinderella never had time to make a dress. Ven and Jacques decided to scavenge for materials and make the dress themselves, braving even the claws of Lucifer the cat to collect the last item they needed, a beautiful pearl. Cinderella was delighted with the lovely pink dress they had made for her. She thanked them and got ready to leave for the palace. Dreams do come true, Ven thought, as he remembered his and his friend's own dreams of becoming Keyblade masters. Enchanted Dominion. Princess Aurora had fallen into an eternal slumber from the evil Fairy Maleficent's curse. Now her heart had been stolen as well, and it fell upon Ven and the 3 good fairies watching over her to go to the Forbidden Mountain and get it back. When they freed the princess's heart, a memory played back before their eyes. of the day Aurora and the prince of her dreams were finally brought together and fell in love. Before Ven and the good fairies could escape the castle, they were confronted by a furious Maleficent, who informed them Terra was the one who stole Aurora's heart. Ven found himself torn. The friend he knew would never do that, but hadn't the masked boy said that Terra was on the way to becoming a different person? It was Aqua who showed up and put an end to his fears, but when she then insisted Ven return home with her, he ran off. There was no way he could go home until he had tracked Terra down. The Badlands. On the Badlands, Ven once again found himself face to face with the masked boy. He asked how exactly Terra would be a different person. The Terra you know will be gone forever, the boy explained, and much to Ven's surprise, he summoned a Keyblade. Not only was the masked boy a Keyblade wielder, but a vastly superior one. With disdain, he prepared to finish Ven off, but Mickey arrived just in the nick of time. The two joined forces and managed to drive the assailant off. Mickey too was a Keyblade wielder. He had been training under the great sorcerer Yen Sid, but ran off without permission when he learned the worlds were in danger. Ven smiled at how much they had in common. But when Mickey tried to show Ven the star shard he had been using to travel from world to world, it erupted in an unexpected blaze of light and engulfed the both of them, and whisked them off to destinations unknown. Radiant Garden. Ven followed Mickey as far as the castle doors, but the guards, Alias and Dillon, or Lexius and Zaldin, prevented him from pursuing his new friend any further. Instead, he wound up chasing an enormous unverse through the city. Along the way, he rescued Scrooge, who thanked him with 3 lifetime passes to Disneytown. Apparently, Ven was not the only one to hail from another world. Next, Ven met the great wizard Merlin and learned about a special book with the power to awaken one's inner strength. When Ven finally managed to corner the Unversed, he found Terra and Aqua, who had been chasing Unversed of their own. The 3 Unversed combined into one massive form, and it took Ven and both his friends fighting together to bring the giant down. Their happy reunion was spoiled, however, when Aqua accused Terra of putting himself too close to the darkness. Realizing she had been sent by Master Ericus to spy on him, Terra stormed off, shocked and hurt. This is of course going to be in all 3 story entries because this is one of those few points where all characters were together again. While searching for his friend, Ven rescued a little boy, an orphan named Dienzo, or Zexion, from the Unversed. The boy's guardian, Evan Vexen, thanked Ven for his heroism and pointed him towards Terra. Terra seemed distant. His words had the ring of resignation. Ven felt uneasy going after him this time. Instead, he went to tell Aqua. But she brushed him off, again insisting he return to home to the land of departure, and left him there alone. Ven took out a battered wooden sword Terra had given him back in better days. Terra had even performed a mock ceremony, pretending to pass the power of the wooden keyblade on to Ven. It was a happy memory. He remembered the talk the 3 of them had that night. Being a Keyblade master is all I've dreamed about, Terra had said. Well, you're not the only one, replied Aqua. They were all of one mind, working toward a single goal. Ven was still reliving these memories when a boy named Lee showed up, Axel, out of nowhere, demanded the 2 of them fight. Baffled, Ven agreed, but Lee only ended up wearing himself out before their battle had begun. As Lee and his friend Isa, Syx, started taking digs at each other, Ven watched in envy, missing the days when friendship was so simple to define. Disneytown. When Ven arrived in Disneytown, the annual Dream Festival was already in full swing. Captain Justice, the town's fearless defender and hero, turned up to greet him, but the only reason Captain J, whose real name was Pete, had suddenly grown a conscience was to win a prize for good citizenship. As a result, he had been rushing to people's rescue when, if anything, they needed rescuing from him. At Huey, Dewey, and Louie's ice cream shop, for example, he offered to fix their new ice cream machine, but when it proved more difficult than expected, he decided to fix it with his fists instead. Dumbass. Fortunately, Ven was there to intervene. He got the machine up and running, and Captain J fled the scene in a huff, foiled yet again. Olympus Coliseum. A young aspiring hero named Zack had been chasing Philoctetes, Phil, trainer of heroes, all around town, hoping to become his next student. Phil had already taken Hercules under his wing, but he agreed to rethink which of them he trained based on their performance in the upcoming games. Naturally, Phil's decision dampened Hercules' spirits. He had been born a god, but someone had kidnapped him as a baby and made him mortal. Training with Phil and becoming a true hero was the only way he could rejoin his parents on Olympus. Ven offered to help him practice. Both Hercules and Zack made it to the final. However, no sooner had their match begun than a swarm of Unversed attacked the town, threatening to cut the game short. Ven didn't want their hard work to go to waste and ran off to face the Unversed alone. But Hercules forfeited the match anyway, and together they drove off the Unversed. Zack showed up to help afterwards, but Phil explained that being a true hero takes more than muscle. You've got to have heart and care about people. This time, only one of them had cared fast enough. The whole competition with Zack had been so Hercules would make a new friend and rise to the challenge. Ven said his farewells and promised to come back and visit Hercules and Zack once they'd become true heroes. Deep space. After Ven battled with an Unversed in the lane betweens, took refuge in a passing spaceship, Ven decided to board the ship and finish it off. There he met Experiment 626, who knew Terra's and Aqua's names and carried a trinket just like Ven's Wayfinder. More interesting still, 626 kept trying to follow him. Ven didn't want this friendly creature to get hurt, so he told him to stay behind, then went to the machinery bay to fight the Unversed alone. But Ven hadn't been there more than a moment before 626 burst onto the scene. He was like a different creature, and his face was twisted in a violent snarl. Together, they destroyed the Unversed, but 626 continued to lash out at everything. Only after hitting Ven did he finally return to his senses. With a sad expression, 626 held out his Wayfinder. It had been smashed to pieces. Ven cheered him up by explaining that real friendship can't be broken so easily. Just then, Captain Assholeface appeared with blaster drawn, accusing 626 of only knowing how to hurt and destroy. Ven and 626 seized the opportunity to escape the spaceship, but as pursuers closed in, the hyperdrive on 626's patrol ship malfunctioned, sending Ven hurtling off to the far corner of space. Neverland. Slightly and Cubby were helping Tinkerbell hunt for a shooting star, which had landed in Neverland the night before, so Ven decided to join them. Along the way, they ran into Peter Pan, a boy who could fly. He talked Slightly and Cubby into helping him steal pirate treasure instead. Ven, however, decided to stick with Tinkerbell, and they found Mickey's star shard in the Indian camp. Tink was delighted to get her hands on the shooting star, but Captain Hook showed up and nabbed Star Shard and Pixie alike. Ven found Peter Pan, and together they set off for Mermaid Lagoon, where they knew Captain Hook was lying in wait. As cannonballs from the pirate ship rained down on them, Tinkerbell appeared. She told Peter Pan she had escaped with the help of a man carrying a large sword. The cannon fire ceased, and Captain Hook gleefully assumed he had won. On the contrary, Ven and the crocodile had both come for him. Defeated, Hook plummeted into the sea, screaming as the crocodile chased him off into the horizon. Peter Pan and the Lost Boys, who had put a stop to the cannon fire, returned with an empty treasure chest. Slightly suggested that they fill it with their own treasures, so when Ven's turn came, he placed the wooden keyblade Terra had given him inside the chest. Tinkerbell was next, and was about to put the star shard in when Ven explained it might belong to his friend. But no sooner had she handed it over than a burst of light whisked Ven off into the sky. Mysterious Tower. The star shard sent Ven to the tower of the great sorcerer Yen Sid, where he met a magician named Donald and a knight named Goofy. Both were very worried about Mickey, who turned out to be their missing king. Yen Sid knew Ven had left home without Master Ericus's permission, but let the matter rest. His own apprentice, Mickey, was never one to follow directions either. When Yen Sid used his magic to locate Mickey, they discovered him lying hurt on the Badlands. Darkness soon clouded the image. Ven immediately set off to help his friend, once he had convinced Donald and Goofy to let him go alone. The Badlands. Soon after coming to Mickey's rescue, Ven found himself face to face with Master Xehanort, triggering a sudden, traumatic recall of Ven's lost memories. Should Ventus's light ever clash with Vanitas, the darkness he had lost, the Keyblade would be forged, the ancient letter in its name a symbol of death and endings. Master Ericus feared this, which is why he had kept Ven from leaving home. Ven found himself accepting this explanation for all the distrust that had been festering inside him. "Learn the truth," Xehanort commanded before casting Ven and Mickey alike into the lanes between. The land of departure. Ven was greeted by Master Ericus, and immediately confronted him about the Keyblade. The very mention of the name confirmed Ericus's worst fears, that Xehanort had not truly abandoned his old ambitions. Once, Xehanort's fascination with the legend of the Keyblade and the Keyblade War had been so great that he had sought to recreate the war, plunging the world into darkness just to see what new light would dawn. Master Ericus tried to stop him, but his face was scarred by the wave of darkness Xehanort unleashed. Unwilling to repeat his failure, Ericus prepared to put an end to Ven and prevent Xehanort's ambitions from being achieved. But before he could, Terra arrived and rushed to Ven's defense. Their teacher's power was formidable, and the only way to hold it off was for Terra to release the darkness inside him. Ven watched his best friend and master square off, and then Terra picked him up and tossed him back into the lanes between. Destiny Islands. A portal to the lanes between opened, and Ven came tumbling out onto a beach, where he was confronted by Ventus. Ignoring him, Ven trudged off to find his way back to Terra. When Ventus insisted they join and create the Keyblade, Ven flatly refused, knowing he could prevent the blade from being forged if he did not fight. Years before, Master Xehanort had tried to draw the darkness out of Ven, intending to pit the boy against one of Master Ericus' students of light and create the Keyblade. But though countless monsters had closed in on Ventus, he refused to fight, let alone rely on darkness, and soon lay on the ground in defeat. Xehanort's patience had finally run out, so he extracted the darkness from Ven by force, thereby creating Ventus. Now Ventus's two halves faced each other again on the beach. Ventus beckoned Ven to the Keyblade graveyard, where he could either fight or watch as Terra's and Aqua's lives were snuffed out. Alright, so for Ven, we have an extra piece of the Xehanort report, Xehanort's letter. Please accept my deepest gratitude for the invitation to witness your pupil's ascension to the office of true Keyblade Master. It was a heavy mantle our master placed upon your shoulders in naming you successor, but you have nonetheless persevered and raised two masters yourself. I know it cannot have been easy. I did you terrible harm in the past over a petty difference in opinion, and just a few years ago, selfishly thrust my own burdens upon you. I think of you like a younger brother, and yet, fool that I am, I have never availed myself of countless opportunities to apologize or thank you for opening your home to the boy. Yet not once have you blamed me. On the contrary, here you are inviting me to such an important ceremony. I intend to be there to offer you all my blessings. Our master chose his heir wisely. Ours is a bizarrely ironic task, to watch over the light from the shadows. But in the face of that, the warmth in your heart and unfailing dedication to the light impress me to no end. I have taken to wandering the world and seen much darkness hiding in the light. Lately, I fear it has taken a turn for the worse. Perhaps Yen Sid has already told you about the unversed. These fledgling emotions derive from negativity, and I can now sense their presence in nearly every world. And on the topic of darkness, we must speak of another matter that concerns me, one related to the upcoming ceremony. When I visited several years ago, your pupil Terra drew my attention. His power is immense, to be sure, but within his heart I could see darkness just waiting to be awakened. I know this is none of my business, but I have reservations about welcoming Terra as a true Keyblade Master without taking certain precautions. The traditional examination, perhaps, to see if he has the mark of mastery. The choice is yours, and I will humbly respect your decision. Take care. I eagerly await our long overdue reunion. Alright, Xehanort's Report 1. Much time has passed since I left the home of my youth behind, and in the myriad of worlds I have since visited, I have gained much knowledge. On these pages, I intend to record a portion of that knowledge and put the course of my life to paper. Upon reflection, my life underwent the most considerable sea change when I arrived at that place. Yes, it all began when I found a master, and another I would later call my brother when I found my new home. Then there was the Keyblade. For what purpose was it begotten, and by whom? During my training as one of its wielders, the precepts offered a clear answer. The Keyblade existed so that we who watched over the light could protect the world from the shadows. But was that the true answer? Could there not be more to it than that? My heart sought knowledge, and so I sometimes visited other worlds, though such travel was forbidden unless duty required, and found what my heart sought. Xehanort's Report 9. We Keyblade Masters have a special gift. We can extract a heart, be it our own or that of another. By continuing this cycle, it is possible to remain in the world of the living forever. As a boy, I dreamed of seeing the farthest reaches of the world. If I only went far enough, there had to be a world out there in which no one had ever before set foot. And now I know of just such a world. If I become the first to open Kingdom Heart's door, I can create a next world in which light and darkness exist in perfect equilibrium. So there I stood, with vast knowledge in one gnarled, dying hand, and newfound purpose in the other. The next step was clear. I needed a new vessel. And that was when I met Ventus and made him my pupil. We were destined to meet, and I could sense the potential within him. But the boy was too benign for his own good. I came to the conclusion he was too frail to serve as a vessel, and decided to use him for a second purpose I had in mind. I would remove the darkness from his heart and split him in two. Then I would have my heart of pure light and my heart of pure darkness. Xehanort's Report 10. As was to be expected, Ventus lacked the constitution for such an ordeal. I was able to remove the darkness inside him and create Ventus, the heart of pure darkness. But Ventus drifted into the clutches of sleep. Ventus's heart of pure light and Ventus's heart of pure darkness. If both could be made strong enough to clash one day, I knew the Keyblade would be forged. But Ventus took too much of Ventus's heart away from that fracture. I could see the last of Ventus's light was slipping away. The boy deserved a place to spend his final moments peacefully, and what should come to mind but my own boyhood home. I'm going to pause for a second. So, what that says is Xehanort originally lived on the Destiny Islands. So when Riku said there was another boy who got off the island, that other boy was Xehanort. My legs took me there unbidden, and as I stood there on the same beach where I had made my choice so many years ago, I thought, not a single thing has changed here in this quiet world. Time marches in place. Content that Ventus would find peace here, I started to walk away. But just then, the boy held up his Keyblade. The light within him had not died. So the opening scene of this game, when Xehanort brings Ventus to the Destiny Islands, that was right after Ventus had been created. Xehanort's Report 12. The time has come. I have received word from Ericus that his pupils are to become true Keyblade Masters. Terra and Aqua, they will be easy now to lure into the outside world. But Ventus, I will get nowhere without him. Ventus can feel some of what Ventus feels, and he says Terra is the key. Ventus has loved Terra like a real brother ever since he let him keep his old wooden Keyblade. It seems we have found a loose thread at which we can tug to unravel Ventus's heart. The first step is to get Terra alone. Then we need to plant the seeds of doubt in Ventus. Let him carry his faint light as he chases his brother into the darkness. Let the darkness make his light stronger. Then let the light deepen the darkness. And where the two finally meet is where the stuff of legends will become real. Alright, game records. It's exactly the same as Terra's. We've got our medals. 300 medals, 1,000, 3333, 5555, 7777, 9999. For the arena mode, we had to complete Day of Reckoning, Wheels of Misfortune, Risky Riches, Weaver Fever, Sinister Sentinel, Dead Ringer, Combined Threat, Treasure Tussle, Harsh Punishment, A Time to Chill, Copycat Crisis, Keepers of the Arena, Monster of the Sea, Villain's Vendetta, and Life's Lessons. Rumble Racing, Country Chase, 5 laps in 2 minutes 30 seconds. Disney Drive, 5 laps in 5 minutes. Grand Spree, 5 laps in 5 minutes. Castle Circuit, 5 laps in 5 minutes 30 seconds. Command Board, win 1, win 3, win 5, win all 7. Mini games, again, the Command Board scores are in here. Keyblade, Royal, Spaceship, Toon, Honeypot, Skull, Secret. Ice Cream Beat is a Small World, Beginner and Master. Blastaway Gummy Ship 2, Beginner and Master. Desert Paradise, Beginner and Master. Destiny Islands, Beginner and Master. Hand in Hand, Beginner and Master. Rumble Racing, again, Country Chase, Disney Drive, Grand Spree, Castle Circuit. And then the 3 rounds of Fruit Ball and the Break the Urns game from the Coliseum. Hit counts. Dimension links again: Aqua, Terra, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Snow White, Cinderella, Zack, Experiment 626, and Peter Pan and Pete for their rank 1s. And then the follow-up of their rank 2s for Aqua, Terra, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Snow White, Cinderella, Zack, 626, Peter Pan, and Pete. Again, you just have to make sure you hit a single enemy 1 time for them to count in the report. Same for the shot locks. For Ven, we have Meteor Shower, Flame Salvo, Chaos Snake, Ragnarok, Thunderstorm, Bio Barrage, Pulse Bomb, Photon Charge, Absolute Zero, Lightning Ray, and Multi-Vortex. On Verse missions, the Flame Box, Lone Runner, Vitality Vial, Belly Balloon, Ringer, Jelly Shade, Gluttonous Goo, Element Cluster, and Floating Flora. Character files. Main characters: Ventus naturally, Aqua, Terra, Ericus, Xehanort, Yen Sid, King Mickey, Donald Duck, Goofy, the Masked Boy, Vanitas once we know his name, the Vanitas Remnant, Unknown, Armor of Ericus, and No Heart. Castle of Dreams. For Ventus, we met Cinderella, Jacques, Lucifer, Lady Bitchface, Bitchface Jr. 1, Bitchface Jr. 2. In Dwarf Woodlands, we met Snow White, and we also met Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful, Sneezy, Dopey, the old peddler woman who, as we know, is actually the queen, whose outer look now reflects her inner look. Enchanted Dominion, we saw Princess Aurora, we met Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, and of course Maleficent. Radiant Garden, we met Lexius in his original human form of Alias, Evan, who we know better as Vexen, Ienzo, who we would know better as Zexion, Delan or Zaldin, Lee or Axel, Isa or Syx, and Scrooge, and Merlin. Disney Town, we met Queen Minnie, Chip, Dale, Huey, Dewey, Louie, Horace Horsecollar, and Captain Justice, Fraud, and Pluto. In Olympus Coliseum, we met Hercules, Phil, and Zack. In Deep Space, we only met Stitch and Captain Asshole Face. Neverland, we of course met Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Slightly, Cubby, Captain Hook, Mr. Shmee, and my favorite crocodile. 100 Acre Woods, the same for all 3 characters, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, my personal favorite, and Rabbit. And then, of course, Monstro again, just like in Terra's report, gets his own special tab. Alright, the unversed are mostly the same, except for like variances in the unversed bosses for each character, but we'll run through again. So, Flood, Scrapper, Bruiser, Red Hot Chili, Mono Trucker, Thornbite, Shoegazer, Spider Chest, Arc Raven, Hair Razor, Jelly Shade, Tank Toppler, Vile File, Sonic Blaster, Triple Wrecker, Wild Bruiser, Blue Sea Salt, Yellow Mustard, Mandrake, Buckle Bruiser, Chrono Twister, Axe Flapper, Prize Pod, Blob Mob. I should have mentioned this in Terra's game. If you come to find you're missing one unversed, this is probably it, because you've got to go to like that one certain area of deep space. And if I remember, you got to wipe out every other enemy in the area first. Glidewinder, so unversed missions now. Flamebox, Lone Runner, Vitality Vial, Belly Balloon, Ringer, Gluttonous Goo, Element Cluster, Jelly Shade, Floating Flora. And then the Mad Treant was the Ven-only unversed boss in Dwarf Woodlands. The Trinity Armor. Metamorphosis was a Ventus-only boss in Deep Space. Mimic Master from the Arena. Iron Prisoner 1, Iron Prisoner 2, Iron Prisoner 3, and Iron Prisoner Rage Mode. So for Ventus's Ice Cream, we got the Honey Bunny, which triggered Fever Pitch. Bueno Volcano for Firestorm. Snow Bear for Diamond Dust. Spark Lemon for Thunderbolt. Goofy Parfait for Cyclone. Sugary Skies for Sky Climber. Double Crunch for Wing Blade. And Daisy Sorbet for Rhythm Mixer. Like I said, the Excel file that I attached to Terra's episode, report coverage episode, will be attached to this one, so I am not going to go through vocally where everything is. It'll just be easier if you're missing something to look at the spreadsheet, because I've got it, again, it doesn't look fancy, but it is well organized, and it won't be difficult to find what you need. And I do have everything on there in the order that they appear in this report on screen right now. So, Ventus's attack commands are Quick Blitz, Blitz, Sliding Dash, Fire Dash, Sonic Blade, Strike Raid, Freeze Raid, Treasure Raid, Spark Raid, Wind Raid, Fire Surge, Thunder Surge, Aerial Slam, Ars Arcanum, Time Splicer, Poison Edge, Blizzard Edge, Stun Edge, Slot Edge, Fire Strike, Confusion Strike, Binding Strike, Tornado Strike, Magnet Spiral, Salvation, Collision Magnet, and Break Time. For magic commands, Ven has access to Fire, Fire-Ra, Fire-Ga, Fission Fire-Ga, Crawling Fire, Blizzard, Blizzara, and Blizzaga, Thunder, Thunder-Ra, Thundaga, Cure, Cura, Curaga, Asuna, Mind Shield, Mind Square, Zero Gravity, Zero Gravira, Zero Graviga, Magnet, Magnera, Magnega, Arrow, Arrow-Ra, Arrow-Ga. Faith is one of Ven's exclusive magic commands. Deep Freeze, Mega Flare, Tornado is another Ven exclusive. Transcendence, Mini, blackout, ignite, confuse, bind, poison, slow, stop, stop raw, stop ga, and sleep. The item commands are the same. Potion, high potion, mega potion, ether, mega ether, panacea, elixir, mega elixir, balloon letter, and then, of course, as we already saw, each character's ice creams differ a little bit based on, character exclusive command styles. So for Ven, we've got Honey Bunny, Bueno Volcano, Snow Bear, and Spark Lemon are the same across all three characters. Goofy Parfait, Sugary Skies, Daisy Sorbet is the same, and Double Crunch. The friendship commands are the same across all characters. Group Cure, Cura, Curaga, Confetti, Fireworks, Victory Pose, Vanish, Unition Rush, Voltage Stack, Trinity Limit, and then the illusion commands F, L, V, R, and B. Ven's got a wide array of movement commands. Jump, high jump, dodge roll, thunder roll, air slide, ice slide, reversal, glide, super glide, fire glide, homing slide. Block, regular block command, renewal block, focus block, stun block, and poison block. Counter rush, reversal slash, payback raid, aerial recovery. The shot locks that Ventus can get are Meteor Shower, Flame Salvo, Chaos Snake, Ragnarok, Thunderstorm, Bio Barrage, Pulse Bomb, Photon Charge, Absolute Zero, Lightning Ray, and of course his Ultimate One Multi-Vortex. Dimension links, like I said, you have to encounter Captain Justice or Dark on the command board to get Pete. Other than that, they all come naturally, so we've got Aqua, Terra, they don't have the characters listed. So, Finish, Light Charge, Donald Flare, Goofy Spin, Sweet Memory, Dream Sparkle, Hero's Entrance, Random Beam, Sword Bill, Fruit Shot, Magic Volley, Landbreaker, Faith Charge, Cosmic Donald, Goofy Turbo, Sweet 7, Miracle Dance, Hero's Pride, Ohana Beat, Barrel Roll, Rumble Rave. And again, as I said, everything on this command collection tab is included in the spreadsheet that I have the link to in the video description. So Ventus's finishers are, again, your starting finish: Air Flare 1, Heat Slash 1, Gold Rush, Air Flare 2, Rama's Judgment, Twisted Hours, Surprise 1, Air Flare 3, Heel Strike, Surprise 2, Air Flare 4, Explosion, Celebration, and Ven's ultimate finisher is Stratosphere. For command styles, we've got Fever Pitch, Firestorm, Diamond Dust, Thunderbolt, Cyclone, Sky Climber, Rhythm Mixer, Wingblade, and Frozen Fortune. The abilities are all the same, of course, for all three characters: Treasure Magnet, HP Prize, Link Prize, Lucky Strike, HP Boost, Zero EXP, Fire Boost, Blizzard Boost, Thunder Boost, Cure Boost, Item Boost, Attack Haste, Magic Haste, Combo Finish Boost, Regular Finish Boost, Combo Plus, Air Combo Plus, Fire Screen, Blizzard Screen, Thunder Screen, Dark Screen, Reload Boost, Defender, EXP Chance, EXP Walker, Damage Siphon, Second Chance, Once More, Scan, and Leaf Bracer. We have all the treasures from Dwarf Woodlands, Castle of Dreams, Enchanted Dominion, Radiant Garden, Disney Town, Olympus Coliseum, Deep Space, Neverland, Mysterious Tower, and the Keyblade Graveyard. Land of Departure does not have any treasure chests for Ventus. And of course, our completed sticker album. We've got all the stickers here. Information. We got our Wellspring Crystal at 20, Fireworks at 40, Collision Magnet at 70, Salvation at 110, and Rhythm Mixer at 140. And just one more time, here is our completed album. Alright, so I know I didn't have a whole lot of enthusiasm with this one, but I mean, I've already done it with Terra, and a lot of the stuff's the same. I'm I'm literally just doing this because I feel like I need to as part of the Let's Play. So for the items, again, as I said, I am not going to show the ice cream ingredients in this because I don't feel like going back to hunt them down again. But for Ventus's prize pod locations, look back to the Ventus Keyblade episode portion of this Let's Play, a Keyblade Graveyard episode, because in the beginning of that episode we go through and get all the prize pods, and as long as you've encountered the prize pods each once and gotten stuff off of them, you're going to have all the ice cream ingredients anyway. So same thing, we've got the Risky ticket, the Sentinel ticket, Threat ticket, Ringer ticket, Treasure ticket, they all look the same. Block recipe, action recipe, magic recipe, Mega Magic, Giga Magic, Attack, Mega Attack, Giga Attack, the Disney Town Pass, the Wayfinder. We'll do the Keyblades and the other. So those are the flavors. We don't have those. And then, of course, we have our Shimmering, Fleeting, Pulsing, Wellspring, Soothing, Hungry, Abounding, and Chaos Crystals, and the one secret gem we made sure to get from the metal shop. We'll show the Keyblades off on this screen this time. So for Ventus, we have Wayward Wind, Treasure Trove, Stroke of Midnight, Fairy Stars, Victory Line. Victory Line you have to clear Rumble Racing to get. Mark of a Hero, Hyperdrive, Pixie Petal, Ultima Weapon we got for defeating Villain's Vendetta. Sweet Stack we got for making all the ice creams at least once. Frolic Flame is a Ventus exclusive Keyblade that we got in Radiant Garden after meeting Isa and Lee. Lost Memory is Ventus's exclusive Keyblade, just like Wayward Wind. Void Gear we got for Vanitas Remnants defeat, No Name we got for Mysterious Figures defeat, and Royal Radiance we got for defeating No Heart. Okay, so that is our completed review for Ventus. So, like I said, the spreadsheet is attached that covers everything in the command list tab. It tells you in order as they are in the report, where to get everything. Again, like I said, in Terra's playthrough, it may not necessarily be the earliest way to get it, but it's the easiest way to get it. Yeah, I mean, that's it for this episode. Again, I'm sorry it wasn't that exciting. It was basically another hour of me just reading to you from a storybook, but we've got one more episode like this to go, so we can do Aqua's report, and then we're back to the action. As always, I thank you all for watching. I hope the last couple episodes haven't completely put you guys to sleep. Just one more. Just gotta do Aqua's report, and then it's all action and ridiculous cutscenes to finish off the game. Until next time, my friends, may your heart be your guiding key.